We'll call the meeting to order. Please rise to the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll, please.
Campbell.
Here.
Dempsey.
Here.
Fournier.
Here.
Hammond.
Here.
Crop.
Here.
Rick.
Here.
Voorhees.
Here.
Okay, announcements, acknowledgements, communications, and reports. We don't have any proclamations tonight or anything, but is there anything from the commission? I do have one communication. Dear Mayor Crop and Mount Clemens Commissioners, I wanted to reach out and to congratulate you on receiving a drinking water asset management grant through Eagle. As a resident of St. Clair Shores, I understand the important role of our water plays in the lives of our citizens, especially our children and their future. The removal of lead as a potential hazard to the drinking water that our families use to bathe, cook, and drink continues to be a high priority for the state of Michigan and all our communities. Congratulations again on your grant award. Please don't hesitate to reach out to my office if I can ever be of assistance with your grants or projects you're working on. Sincerely, Kevin Hertel, State Senator, District 12. Is there anyone else? Anybody else? We're good? All right, we'll move on to adoption of the agenda.
Mayor Crop, I move that we adopt the agenda as presented.
Support.
Do we have anyone, any questions or comments? I'll call the roll, please.
Campbell.
Yes.
Dempsey.
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
Hammond.
Yes.
Crop.
Yes.
Rick.
Yes.
Voorhees.
Yes.
This is the portion. It was like the God yes, you know, like.
Back that one up there.
And he spoke. All right, we'll move on to, I don't even know. We'll move on to public participation. This is the portion of the meeting where we invite the public to address the commission. First, we will have the people who are in public address, and then we'll go to the Zoom call. We ask that you come up to the microphone, give us your full name, your residential address, and you abide by our 3-minute rule. If anyone would like to approach the commission, please do so.
Good evening, Mayor Crop, City Commissioners, George Kale, formerly 72 Murdoch Place, Mount Clemens, and 87 New Street, Mount Clemens, but property owner at 180 Grand Ave here in Mount Clemens, residential address 19145 Devonshire Street in Beverly Hills. With our recently adopted and court-enforced marijuana business ordinance, the question I have for the city administration, Mr. Interim City Manager, how many applications did the city clerk receive for those coveted marijuana business permits? And of those applications, how many were awarded? Thank you. I know it's been a long road, but we have to keep moving forward. I appreciate the help. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the commission? Okay, anybody on Zoom? Okay, sorry, I'm just writing my questions. All right, we will go ahead and move on to approval. Administrative responses. Do we have any? Okay, we will move on to approval of minutes. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve the regular city commission meeting minutes for April 3rd, 2023.
Support.
Okay, any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Dempsey.
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
Hammond.
Yes.
Crop.
Yes.
Rick.
Yes.
Voorhees.
Yes.
Campbell.
Yes.
Very good, Glenn. All right, 9A, general business, introduction and first reading of amendments to the animal and fowl ordinance, 35.210, section 35.216, section 6, and section 35.211, section 11, not to be confused with the chicken ordinance. I'll entertain a motion.
I move to approve the introduction and first reading of amendments to the animals and fowl ordinances, and in case you didn't get them before, 35.210, section 35.216, section 6, and section 35.211, section 11, and set May 1st, 2023 as the date for the second reading and adoption.
Support.
Go ahead, Mr. Shipman.
After review of the best practices of Macomb County Animal Control, City Administration has proposed amendments to the Animals and Fowl Ordinance of the City of Mount Clemens to include some of those practices. These amendments will assist the animal control officers in making sure that animals and fowl in the city are cared for according to current standards that exist throughout Macomb County. The city attorney has drafted and approved the attached ordinance amendments to the Animals and Fowl Ordinance 35.210.
Okay, who has questions? I would just think that maybe, Mr. Wood, do you want to tell us how this doesn't have anything to do with fowl in a way that is changing anything to doing, allowing fowl?
Yeah, well, the Animals and Fowl Ordinance contains different parts to it. And the part that we focused on mainly was dogs within the Animals and Fowl Ordinance, and applying those best practices from Macomb County for those, mainly dogs.
Mainly dogs, okay.
Yes.
All right, anybody else? All right, excellent. I guess I do have one more question, sorry. Do you and the animal control officer feel as though these best practices will help be more efficient? Or, I mean, do you think that'll give him a bit more guidance?
It certainly does. It certainly puts in place some other tools that we can utilize, especially when we receive numerous complaints.
Okay, excellent, thank you very much. All right, hearing nothing else, we'll call the roll, please.
Fournier.
Yes.
Hammond.
Yes.
Crop.
Yes.
Rick.
Yes.
Voorhees.
Yes.
Campbell.
Yes.
Dempsey.
Yes.
All right, 9B, Advancing Macomb Breaking Barriers to Play program. I'll entertain a motion.
I move Mount Clemens participate in advancing Macomb's Breaking Barriers to Play and authorize the city to expend $19,000 of general fund money in addition to the $5,600 of CDBG funds to financially support this program. The city will also allow the use of its parks and facilities.
Support.
Okay, Mr. Shipman.
On April 18, 2022, the City Commission approved participation in Advancing Macomb's Breaking Barriers to Play program and authorized the city to expend $15,860 of general fund money in addition to the $6,890 of CDBG funds for the program. We are asking the Commission to approve a new proposal for a second year of programming. The administration recognizes the outstanding contributions Advancing Macomb has already made to recreation in Mount Clemens and fully supports their efforts. Mount Clemens is being asked to contribute $19,000 in use of our parks and recreation facilities to this effort. This is in addition to the $5,600 of CDBG funds we already allocated to Advancing Macomb for this project. There is an increase in the amount requested from last year to reflect actual costs from year one. Advancing Macomb was able to adjust staffing to maintain a recommended ratio of staff to kids without putting a cap on the number of participants. The plan would be to continue that in year two.
All right, who has questions? Yes, Commissioner Dempsey.
How does this money get distributed? Does it go to Advancing Macomb? We send a check to them?
Correct.
Okay, okay. I just wasn't sure if we were,
Yep, they take on all the fiduciary.
fiduciary
Yep, I think that's it. I
responsibility.
think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, they take on all of that and then they distribute.
Okay.
And I do believe, I mean, because there are many program partners in that. So I know like LK St. Clair, TCB,
YMCA.
YMCA.
Oh, so there's
there's a lot.
Much larger than just
It's
like
at the
Yeah.
bottom of the-
Fraser and us and.
Right. And I do believe now you have Fraser. Go ahead. Ha-
Fraser, Mount Clemens, Clendale Community Schools, and we are in talks with the city of Warren with their Parks and Recreation Department.
All right. Anybody else have any questions?
I like the report that Advancing Macomb provided to us. It shows that the program is growing, and also the parent testimonies.
Yeah.
It was a good display of the what the program is providing and hearing the parent feedback and how the children are enjoying the program.
I found it really interesting that when they approached us, I think their goal was 35 youth, between 35 and 50, something like that. And it says 140 youth participated from Mount Clemens specifically. So, and every time I went to Carnes, that gym was full of kids. So I believe it. I'm looking forward to seeing what else they can do with this.
So thanks to Advance Macomb and all the partners.
Yeah, very much so.
Anyone else? All right, hearing no other, we will call the roll, please.
Hammond,
Yes.
Crop,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Voorhees.
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
Okay, agenda item 9C, purchases and payments of invoices. I'll entertain a motion.
Move to approve purchases and payment of invoices as presented.
Support.
Okay, Mr. Shipman.
Well, this, if you remember, this was originally slated to be partly funded through ARPA funds, and then we diverted those to be used for police wages. So this is, if you remember that project, that's what this is.
Will these funds come out of the current budget or next year's budget?
That would be out of this year's budget, because it'd be this year's
It should
start
be,
date.
yeah, okay.
Okay. Anybody? Other questions? Call the roll, please.
Crop,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Voorhees.
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier,
Yes.
Hammond.
Yes.
Okay, we'll move on to consent agenda. I'll entertain a motion.
Move to approve consent agenda as presented.
Support?
Call the roll, please.
Rick,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Voorhees.
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier,
Yes.
Hammond,
Yes.
Crop.
Yes. All right, city manager's report. Mr. Shipman.
A reminder to look for a new tab on the city website for code enforcement detailing the new administrative hearings bureau process. There will also be an article coming out in the next Clementine's newsletter. Over at the fire department, if you notice, they are priming the wall. In fact, they've actually started painting for the Partners in Art Project mural. You can watch the mural progress over the next weeks and months as the artists hopefully get good weather to work on that. Over in recreation, our new recreation coordinator is excited to be in her new role with the city as we jump into summer season. We are starting some new fitness classes for seniors, such as cardio drumming, yoga, and dance classes. We're looking to do a painting class and a flower planting class for children. We're excited to plan future events and classes for the community as we proceed into the months ahead. And for upcoming events, just a reminder that the deadline for the Made in Michigan applications is April 28th. The event will run from Friday, May 12th through Saturday, May 13th.
All right, anybody have any questions or comments for Mr. Shipman? Okay, hearing none. We will go ahead and move on to our second portion of the meeting for public participation. All that we ask is you come to the microphone, give us your full name, your residential address, and you abide by our 2-minute rule. We'll again have those in person come to the microphone first, and then we'll go to the Zoom call. Is there anyone in person who would like to address the commission at this time? All right, seeing none, we'll go ahead to Zoom. All right, no one on Zoom. So we will move on to commissioner comments, and we will start with Commissioner Campbell.
Well, I noticed that the city manager talked about the new code enforcement, and I've talked about it before. Commissioner Fournier has talked about it. There are properties on Cass Avenue, garbage bags, tires, truck up on the lawn. I mean, 3 properties in particular look like Skid Row, and Cass Avenue is the only east-west thoroughfare through the city. So I think that we need to concentrate on these properties that non-residents see as they're passing through our city, and let them know that the whole city doesn't look like these properties, but that's the impression that people get. And we need to work on those properties quickly to send a message that we're serious about this new code enforcement. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Hammond.
I would like to thank the residents and business owners that volunteer or were appointed to the board committees or commissions.
Excellent, thank you. Commissioner Fournier.
Thank you. I echo what Commissioner Campbell has said. I know exactly what properties he's referring to, and I have asked that something be done about it many times. And I think that we all have to, there are so many areas that we can improve the appearance of this city if we just put a little elbow grease into it. And it's not about spending more money. It's about just putting the effort into cleaning it up. So I am also very, very anxious to see how this new administrative board works, and hopefully it'll make a difference.
Thank you. Commissioner Dempsey.
No comments.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Voorhees.
Mayor Kropp, I do believe, and I agree with the other commissioners on the appearance of our city. I think it's very important to have our main thoroughfares that come into this city look good. Cass Avenue is a problem. I believe that the north end of, and I grew up in the north end of Mount Clemens, but I think that that thoroughfare on southbound and northbound Gratiot, High Street, Clare, needs some attention. There's some auto dealers up there next to the Dairy Queen that it looks like a junkyard. Believe it or not, on the south end, we have the same thing where the old, just north of Harrington. This should not be. We need to make sure that we're putting the muscle on these people. So, and with that, once a Clemite, always a Clemite.
Thank you. Commissioner Rick.
First, I'd like to give a big shout out and thank you to the crew at the wastewater treatment plant. They managed to, through working long hours and doing constant maintenance on stuff as it was running, prevent us from having to dump any partially treated wastewater, unlike pretty much all the surrounding communities. So thank you for that. It's great to see the city continuing its partnership with Advancing Macomb through the Breaking Barriers to Play program and other programs, because their partnership's been really helpful for the city's recreation renaissance, let's call it.
Sure.
It's an important part of what's making Mount Clemens more attractive as a place to live, work, and play, and I want us to keep moving that way. Also glad to see that animal ordinance moving forward, give a little bit more clarity to our enforcement folks, as well as higher standard of care for animals within the city. And for those that in the city that may not be aware, that that purchase and payment of invoices that we just approved included fixing some roads as part of that. So West Brightmeyer Place is part of that. So that's a little bit of roads getting fixed. So please keep in mind, we're not fixing no roads. We're working on it. I'd also like to echo Commissioner Hammond in thanking the folks that stepped up to the various committees and commissions. And there are still more opportunities to serve on the Brownfield Redevelopment Authority, the Harbor Commission, the Historical Commission, Parks and Recreation's Advisory Board, and others. Details are available on mountclemens.gov. They're a good way to get involved and help us keep making Mount Clemens a little better every day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the commercial. I appreciate it.
More people that many hands make light work.
Absolutely. I really do. I want to thank the Kiwanis Club. They invited me this past week to come out and give them kind of an update of what was happening in Mount Clemens, and I gave them the lowdown on the AHB, so I figured that was a captive audience of Mount Clemens residents. And so, but they had also brought AHB to us, if you remember correctly, about a year ago. Mr. Johnson and I actually attended a meeting there where Stan Hurt, Mount Clemens resident, who helps out Port Huron as one of their hearings officers, he told them about that whole program, and so we were able to view that or hear his presentation, and then start this process. So I went and thanked the Kiwanis Club, because I said, I feel as though many times people come to us with problems, but not often do people come to us with problems and solutions. So I thanked them for that initiative. I also want to thank Mr. Shipman for attending my last coffee talk, because he was able to, we had about 30 people, I would say, about 30 people at the coffee talk. It was very well attended. And we were able to then have a captive audience to talk about AHB again. So we were really excited to get the word out to that many people. I also am looking forward to the fire department mural that's happening, and yeah, it's really starting to make the building look fresh and new, and so that's an exciting thing happening. And then I'd like to thank the art space team that came from Minnesota. It's Minneapolis. Both things are correct. Both things are correct, I think. Anyway, I did not thank them for bringing the cold weather, I think, with them. But it was great to have that team come here to tell us all about this art space development. And hopefully we can work through some of the roadblocks that could be and make that happen. So with that, I will entertain a motion to go into closed session to discuss attorney-client privilege correspondence.
I move the Mount Clemens City Commission go into closed session to discuss attorney-client privilege correspondence.
Support.
Any questions or comments? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we will go into closed session in 5 minutes. Okay, so we're back.
Do we need to move to go back into closed session?
Right, so now we'll move to agenda item 15. Closed session, I'll entertain a motion for a closed session to consider employees' request to conduct a hearing pursuant to Charter Section 10.078.
Support.
No,
Or we
I
have-
need a
no, you
motion.
have to-
You can say so moved. How about that one?
I
So
move to enter a closed session to
Okay.
consider employees' request to conduct a hearing pursuant to Charter Section 10.078.
Very good.
Support.
Who supported?
Laura supported, sorry,
Okay.
Commissioner Fournier. All right. All
I
right.
move to go into closed. No.
We're in rare form. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those, any opposed? Okay. All right, we're back from closed session, and I will entertain a motion.
To go back into regular session?
No.
Just to- Okay, I move to direct the city attorney to notify the employee that he may submit a written petition for the commission's consideration.
Support.
Did our city clerk get that one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. And we have support? Okay, Commissioner Hammond supported. And any questions or comments? All right, roll call, please.
Hammond,
Yes.
Crop,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Voorhees, Campbell,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Hey, Crop, I move that we adjourn.
Support.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Good night, everyone.